Hello everyone, we're back for more ASI news this year with a breakdown of Google I/O 2024. And as you can see, we have plans now. So last week was Google I/O, and so we got a lot of announcements by Google, lots to do with AI. I'm going to keep it on Google Play and the Play Store especially. There were two major announcements and a few less important ones that are still worthy of attention. So I'll try to run you through them all in the couple next minutes. So the first major announcement we got from Google was the release of custom store listing by keywords. This is really important because it means that now you can actually decide what should the store listing be when someone finds your app through a search of a particular keyword. It seems to be something that could apply to both paid and organic search. Therefore, it's going to affect more people than Apple search ads. It's also going to give you more flexibilities in custom product page for Apple search ads on iOS, because CSLs do allow you to modify more things on the store listing. Specifically, you get to modify potentially your app title or short description on top of the different creatives that you have, which is something you couldn't do on CPPs on iOS. The one caveat to the CSL by keywords release is that at the moment it appears you can only target keywords with a CSL if the keywords in question do appear in a pre-generated list by Google, which is apparently based on any keyword that would have brought you at least one store listing visitor in the past 30 days. There have been reports that the numbers seen when looking at a pre-generated list do not match numbers seen in the analytics section, in the performance section of the Google Play console. So there will be more to figure out, but nevertheless, I think it's still a massive shift, and ASO marketers and especially ASO designers are going to have a lot of things to play with in coming weeks, as everyone will start evaluating which keywords could they actually build a CSL for. On the topic of AI, the one thing I'll mention is that as part of CSL generation, Google is updating the abilities to leverage its Gemini AI to actually generate short descriptions and long descriptions for your custom store listings. The second major announcement that was made at Google I/O for the Play Store is the release of Google's Engage SDK. So it's not, in my opinion, been communicated very clearly, but the Engage SDK is a new SDK developed by Google, which can be onboarded into any Android app, and the purpose of which seems to be sort of indexing content within apps and monitor how app users engage with these content so that these could lead to recommendations in the Play Store later on. Google has not been extremely clear in how the Engage SDK is going to translate in the new experience in the Play Store, but there have actually been leaks to a new UI in the Play Store, which was nicknamed Cubes, which it was reported by The Verge, I believe. And this suggested that we could get in the near future a new tab in the Play Store where people could actually be recommended content or products to purchase within an app, most likely, but it's not certain, but most likely based on how people engage with content within the app in question. This would affect especially apps that are already installed on the phone, but could even show recommendations for apps that you have not yet downloaded, but have content that you would enjoy and that you could access after download. In terms of announcements that I still found interesting regarded app updates. First, Google is apparently changing how automatic updates no longer require to be connected to Wi-Fi to be executed. And second, Google is also adding an option in the Google Play console to build and trigger a prompt to users of your app who are still on a certain build to call them to update to the latest version of your app. The last announcements I will mention for today are regarding pricing. Specifically, Google announced more billing methods available through Google Play Billing. The two most important ones being Pix in Brazil and UPI in India. Brazil and India are very fast growing territories, especially in the app economy. And there are countries where payment methods other than credit cards are much more frequent. So the addition of these two major payment methods for these countries should help grow app monetization in those countries quite well. Still on the topic of monetization, Google is also adding adjusted pricing, where your in-app purchase prices can be automatically adjusted to incorporate currency variations so that you don't have to prepare for any kind of arbitrage on your end. And then the last item is going to be a new test program that Google announced just for India for now, but probably to be extended in the future, which would be an option for Google Play users to request help from someone, to ask someone to handle payment of a certain item in an app for them without even having to belong to the same family account in Google Play. So it's definitely something niche for quite a few apps, but I think apps, especially that have user bases that actually share certain monetized products. And yes, I'm thinking of Netflix and password sharing. In sort of these situations, I do think this feature could potentially be important to test if your app is in such situation where the person who makes the purchase may not always be the primary user. That's going to be it for today's recap, but we'll probably see you soon for WDC. See you guys.